11 in Kansas, you sounded good. 5-1 Virginia. Around DX, 5-1 Virginia.
5-1 Virginia. Looks like your conditions are rocking and rolling. What's going on out there, Brady?
Hey, motormouth maul. Well, I ain't had a whole lot. I've been talking to Missouri and Kansas a little bit. I could hear you way down in there, and all of a sudden you jumped up in there wide open in my radio, but hey, motormouth sounded good this morning.
4-10-51 Virginia. Well, yeah, likewise you sounded good over here on the central coast of California. Smoking out here. I was on the 5/8 foot ground plane earlier. Local talking. I heard somebody out here east of town a little bit up on 166 up here, but northeast of me. And anyway, I was going to go to the beam to try to talk to him, and I tried to beam, and I couldn't hear him at all. But man, you come blowing in here like a house of fire, Brady.
Hey, Roger, yeah, you're doing the same now on the beam toward me there. I had like a 3 to 4 on you there pretty steady, and then all of a sudden you popped in there plumb over on the other side of the meter, so that must have been when you hit the flat side there for sure, but it's definitely working.
10-4, yep, actually not the flat side, the circular polarization, you know, both the flat and the vertical, 90 degrees out of phase, so yeah, it seems to make a big difference.
Yeah, it definitely does there for sure there. Yeah, I got the old ground plane up there, but don't use it a whole lot, but seems like ain't too often I can get into Cali on it there, but you know, the old 4-element flat, it seems to do pretty good.
Oh yeah, you're rocking and rolling over here on the 4-element flat. You're definitely smoking. But I almost always hear you out here whenever you're out here. I don't know if I ever hear, you know, a time where I can barely hear you. You're like always in my radio.
Look at dogs here, cats and dogs and bullfrogs. We got all kinds of range.
Yeah, I got an old 4-element, but that thing, around these mountain areas here where I live, unless you live right on the top, you ain't got no choice but run a cable up the side of a mountain, so I got a 1/2-inch aluminum cable. Same thing the TV companies use there to send their signal on. I got 2,000 foot of that stuff run up the side of the hill just to get to my beam, so time my wattage gets up there, there ain't a whole lot on the antenna, so Mother Nature has to do the rest.
Yeah, 10-4 now. That's pretty low loss stuff. I mean, a lot of people think you can't use it because it's 75 ohm. But, yeah, if it's cut specifically for the frequency you're talking on, it works just fine. If you deviate too much from that, of course, it's going to perform differently, but you can use 75 ohm coax, no problem. So there's just stuff, and you ran it up the hill 500 feet. Yeah, it's probably pretty low loss and working pretty good for you. But, yeah, you're right. Mother Nature is probably the one thing that's really making things work for us right about now.
Yeah, I don't think it's got too bad a loss on it there, not as much as I thought it would, you know, so it does fairly good. It's about 1,800 or 2,000 foot up to the antenna, so it couldn't be losing as much as I thought, you know, good as it talks, so shoot, I'm well pleased with it. And the best part about it is I don't have to work with it, because the rain don't bother it, snow don't bother it, nothing bothers it, so I just keep on talking.
Yeah, that's the way to do it right there. And whatever comes in your radio, come in your radio and talk to it and enjoy it. And to try to make something happen that can't happen, or something happen that isn't happening, is almost impossible. So, you know, Mother Nature makes or breaks what's going on out here. You either got it or you don't. And I tried, you know, a long time ago, I was really trying to fight Mother Nature, and I thought, you know, shoot, I could do something better, I could do something that help things out when there's no conditions. Man, oh man, it's like pissing in the wind there, Brady.
Ain't no doubt about it. Well, I started radio when I was about 15, and I blowed a few things up before I learned there that it was the right antenna, and Mother Nature. It wasn't the box or the radio. It was more the antenna and Mother Nature. But it took a few years to figure it out, Roger.
Yep, 10-4 on that. That's exactly right. And once you figure out how Mother Nature works, and once you figure out where your limitations are and all
no doubt. Well, years ago, when I first started, I had a little old 4-tuber box, and I was trying to, I believe it was a guy out of Chicago, Illinois, I was trying to get to, and I kept hammering on that thing, trying to get him to answer me, and didn't understand what I was doing no way. And I blowed that thing up, turned the room blue, and never did get him. Then the next morning, I turned it on, he was on there, and I was barefooted, and I sat there and talked to the guy. So I learned a good lesson, Roger.
Roger, that's funny. Yeah, well, I'm glad that ultimately you saw what happened and you saw how it worked and made all the difference in the world, I'm sure. But anyway, okay. Well, let me get back on the side and read the mail. I don't want to tie it up too much. I'm just down here. I don't have anything big turned on or anything like that. I'm just like, we're talking about this Mother Nature stuff. I'm just working Mother Nature. So I'll send you 7 degrees. We'll get you a little bit later on there. 51 Virginia, sounding grand on the band as always. Radio station Motormouth Maul, your West Coast beast. Getting all the way down right to Brady.
All right, Motormouth, have a good weekend, good Memorial weekend, you and the family, and always a pleasure. And we'll catch you a little later. Maybe the old conditions hang in there today. We'll be in here from time to time keying up. Motormouth Maul, have a good one. 51. Old Charlie over here in Virginia getting out of the way.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, I'm going to sit here for a little while I'm waiting for a phone call to go pick up a donor vehicle for my engine. I got a doggone, what do you call it, a 94 Dodge with a 6BT Cummins in it and a 5-speed. I found it yesterday really cheap, and the price was so good, I decided to change my train of thought. I was going to put a 4BT in the Cherokee, and when I found this deal, I thought, you know what, screw it. I'm going to put a 6BT in there. So anyway, it was a last-minute plan, and me and Friday, I want to make sure I get the thing today so I can start working on it over the weekend as well. So anyway, all right, I'm going to sit back here and read the mail for a bit. Hey, 51 Virginia, take care, 7 threes. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, and we'll catch you another time on the way. Radio station Motormouth Maul, your undermodulator West Coast beast. These 150 birds waving, I'm stepping.
Now you got it all, my friend. Have a good day, 51. Back on the listening side.
Bye-bye.